Okay, so let's start with our first topic in final term, which is your crystallization. So last time we have your evaporation, and this time we have your crystallization. So what is crystallization? So crystallization refers to a solid liquid separation process in which solid particles are formed within a homogeneous phase. So meaning to say we have solid liquid separations because in crystallization we have your mother liquor, which is a liquid phase, and then your crystals na yung product natin, which is our solid um, solid phase. So usually kasi yung pumapasok sa crystallizer natin ay galing lang din sa evaporator. 'Di ba ang evaporator class is kino-concentrate niya yung solution natin. So yung papasok sa crystallizer natin is the concentrated solution from the evaporator. So it's still a saturated or unsaturated solution na pumapasok sa um, crystallizer natin. So crystallization, it cannot occur without supersaturation. So yeah, kasi ito na yung supersaturation na yung you know, this, yung basis na natin kung may makikristal ba na from the feed natin. So, yung lumalabas na doon is your crystallizer. So, for example, for example, no? For example, we have here your crystallizer. Tapos may feed ka dito na papasok, may mother liquor, and then your crystals, no? So, in your class, for example, your solution here is you have 5 grams of A, and then your water is 10 grams. And then the solubility in your crystallizer is, for example, you have 5 grams uh, A also, and then over 10 grams H2O. So it means to say, class, na these 5 grams A here will all dissolve in the water kasi ito yung solubility niya, right? So, madidissolve lahat ng A natin sa water. But if may nag-evaporate na, for example, may nag-evaporate na 3 grams ng water. So, yung, ilan na lang matitira sa mother liquor natin? So, it's only 7 grams water, right? So, ilan ang A natin na pupunta sa mother liquor natin? So, we'll be having 5/10 is equal to x over 7. So, it's around 3.5 grams A yung sasama kay water. And saan mapupunta si 1.5A? Ito na yung hindi niya ma-dissolve. So, nag-form siya ng crystal class. Okay? So, this is our crystal class. So, we usually depend on the the solubility of a solution in a given temperature. So, yeah. So we have five basics methods of generating your supersaturation. We have your evaporation. So in your evaporation, um, gaya lang din kanina class, yun yung example ko. By evaporating, we will be able to produce crystals. Okay? And then by cooling class, so in your cooling class, example of your cooling crystallizer is your Swenson Walker crystallizer. So, in this class, in your Swenson Walker crystallizer, walang water na nag-evaporate. So, meron ka lang cooling jacket sa labas na nag-absorb ng heat. Okay? So, in here class, pinapakool lang natin yung feed para tapos magiging uh, yung feed ng temperature para paglalabas magiging cool siya. So for example, you have 20 degrees Celsius na feed. And then lalabas siya is 10 degrees Celsius. So, uh, we have 5 grams of A also there, and then we assume na ito yung given. So, 10 grams of water. So, you take note class na yung solubility ng 10 grams 10 degrees Celsius is 3 grams over 10 H2O. While in 20 degrees Celsius, you have 5 grams 10 H2O. So in here class, so kung tatlo ang maipaproduce niya dito, 3 grams of A, therefore may 2 grams of A na ma ma-produce na crystals dito, right? So it depends the solubility. So ang ginagawa ni cooling crystallizer is that pinapakul niya yung temperature kasi pag the lower the temperature, the lower the solubility also, right? So you take note of that. So another one is your vacuum cooling. So dito naman sa vacuum cooling class, hindi gagamit also ng water. So para lumamig yung solution, we have to lower yung pressure natin sa crystallizer. So and di tayo gagamit ng water, but may sa vacuum cooling may water na mag-evaporate. So upon lowering our evaporator, our pressure in crystallizer I should say, so may mag-evaporate na water. So gagawin ulit natin yung concept niya na pag may nag-evaporate na water, may lalabas lang din na crystals natin. Okay? So another one is your reaction. So sometimes class, ginagamit natin siya ng chemical reaction to produce crystals, right? So gumagamit tayo ng mga chemicals and then i-mix natin tapos makakapag-produce na tayo ng crystals. Another one is your salting or seeding. So seeding class is gumagamit tayo ng nag-a-add tayo ng third component para mapababa yung solubility. 'Di ba? Pag napababa natin yung solubility, mayroon at merong crystals na lalabas. So, for example, you have a sodium sulfate. Minsan, nag-a-add na tayo ng crystal na sodium sulfate, reason na mapabilis yung formation ng crystals natin. So that's our 5 basics methods of generating supersaturation. So we have your evaporation, cooling, vacuum cooling, reaction, or salting, or salt, or seeding. So yan lang class yung major concepts ni crystallizer. So upon solving, we'll be able to encounter more concepts, no? So I have here a example. Wait lang. Before we proceed to example, let's have the concept brief for the ganun, yung overall material balancing crystallizer. So for example, here we have your crystallizer class. So meron kayong feed dyan, meron tayong liquor, and then we have your crystals, and then my vapor. So plus yung vapor class, depende yan. Sa problem naman, sinasabi kung may nag-vaporize or wala. So, yeah. So sometimes wala tayong OMB kay vapor. So OMB natin dyan is F is equal to L plus C plus V. So for example, you have your XF here, you have your XC here, you have your XL here, right? So you take note class na XF, XL, and XC is mass solute over mass solution. XL class is usually we get this data sa solubility table natin. So mamaya ma-encounter natin kung paano. And then your Xc natin class is equal to 1 pag anhydrous class. So, example ng anhydrous natin is your NaCl, your KCl, and uh, NH4SO2. Okay? So, and then Xc is pwede siya maging hindi equal sa 1. So, Xc natin, so ito yung mga may water class. No? For example, you have your magnesium sulfate tapos 7H2O, mga ganyan. Yung mga times 7H2O, mga ganyan class. So, Xc natin is equal to 1. So, how to get the Xc class, you have to molecular weight ni anhydrous, which, sorry, hydrous, yeah. This hydrous class. Yung mga H2O. Anhydrous over molecular weight ni, what do you call this? Hydrous. So, for example, this is molecular weight ng MgSO4. Tapos dito naman sa baba is molecular weight ng MgSO4 7H2O. Yun. So, dito walang water, dito may water. So, mapapansin nyo naman sa given class, no? Kung may water ba, kung hydrous siya or anhydrous. So, your solute balance, ganoon lang din, FXF, LXL, plus CXC, plus uh, 0. Kasi wala namang solute yung vapor natin. Okay? So, and take note class na percent yield is equal to CXC over FXF times 100%. So that is our percent. Okay? So actually it's a basic lang naman yung OMB at saka solute balance since ginagamit na natin siya sa checkout. And I think naalala nyo naman siguro yung nung hit and mass niya kay Margin. Yung medyo tricky lang dito is how do we get your XL and then your XC. Kasi baka hydrous yung ibibigay tapos uh, 1 ka, XC is equal to 1. So that's error, automatic. Okay? So I have here an example. A solution of sodium nitrate in water at a temperature of 40 degrees Celsius contains 49% sodium nitrate by weight. Calculate the percentage saturation of this solution. These are past board exam question. So try nating sagutan. So, calculate the percentage saturation of this solution. Calculate the pound of sodium nitrate that crystallized from 1,000 pound of this solution by cooling it to 10 degrees Celsius and calculate the percentage yield of the process. So, dito class sa percentage saturation class. So, meaning, kukunin natin yung solubility ni sodium nitrate at 40 degrees Celsius. Tapos is percentage natin kay 49% nanotube. Okay? So, to get that class, so how do you get your solubilities in your handbook? So, it's table 2-122. So, solubilities of inorganic compounds in water at various temperatures. So, dito si sodium and then, i-take note class na sodium ito, sodium acetate, and then lahat na to sodium test. Sodium carbonate, sodium chlorate, ganun lang. Okay? So, ang given sa atin is sodium nitrate, so ito sa class. And take note class na andito rin yung formula niya. Okay? So, yeah. So at 10 degrees Celsius, you have 104. But take note class, na makikita nyo sa bungad nitong table 2-122, I think it's in page 2-126, Nakalagay dyan is grams solute over grams, 100 grams water. So, hindi ko kasi siya nakuha dito. But, ito class is 104 grams nanonite, sodium nitrate over 100 grams of water. So, hindi siya 100 grams solution. So, over 100 grams water siya. So, to get that, we have here at 40 degrees Celsius, we have a solubility of 104 grams over uh, NaNO3 over 100 grams water, right? So we're going to, yeah, yan na, okay na yan. So in here class, to get your percent saturation, kukunin natin yung itong XF natin. So, XF natin class is 0.49. But take note class na dito class is 0.49 grams nano 3 over 1 gram solution. Right? So, to get your percent saturation, dapat parehas sila na naka-grams water class. So, to get that, XF is equal to 0.49 grams nano 3 over, to get the water content of this XF class, of course, ima-minus natin yung solution, ima-minus natin dun sa solute natin na 0.49 para water yung lalabas. So, 1 minus 0.49 grams water, right? So, XF now, so percent saturation now is 0.49 over 1 minus 0.49 all over 104 over 100 times 100%. So that is our percent saturation. So what did you get? Anong nakuha niyo class? So I got 92.38%. Yeah. So it's letter A class. Letter. So this is a password examination. So it might uh, come again in your time. So we'll never know kung lalabas ba siya or hindi. Okay? So another one. So calculate the pound of sodium nitrate that crystallized from 1,000 pound of this solution by cooling it to 10 degrees Celsius. So if we going to draw your crystallizer, okay? So ganyan kasi siya class, right? So we have here your feed, which is 1,000 pounds daw, di ba? But from 1,000 pounds of the solution. And then we have your liquor. And then we have your uh, crystal. You take note class na by cooling it, so meaning there's no water na nag-evaporate. Okay? And wala naman siyang sinabi na water evaporated. Wala. So meaning to say that one keyword here is by cooling it, 'di ba? Sa cooling evaporator, walang nag-evaporate na cooling crystallizer pala, walang nag-evaporate na water unless it is cooling uh, vacuum. So yeah. So you have 1,000 pound and then CC ang hinahanap. So hindi rin natin makuha yan. So what about our XC? XF is 0.49 and then your XL is what? In here class, you take note na by cooling it to 10 degrees Celsius. So meaning to say you have 10 degrees Celsius here. T is equal to 40 degrees Celsius. So, in here class, hindi naman siya hydrous solution. So, meaning Xc natin is 1 plus. Okay? So, wala siyang yung ganito, yung 7H2O, 10H2O, ganun. So, walang ganyan. So, automatically, Xc is equal to 1. So how do we get your XL class? So we get your XL from your um, solubility table. So XL at 10 degrees Celsius, you take note class na 10 degrees Celsius yung nakalagay. So the lower the temperature, the lower the um, solubility. So if we try to get your XL here class in your solubility table. So in here class, you have sodium nitrate, ito class, sodium nitrate, and then 10 degrees Celsius is 80 class. And you take note class na it is from the at 10 degrees Celsius, it's 80 grams, 80 grams nano 3 or sodium nitrate over 100 grams uh, water. But take note class, na sinabi ko kanina, uh, in here, XF, XL, XC should be mass solute over mass solution. So how do we get your XL now? So it will be 80 grams over 100 plus 80. Right? Para maging solution siya. So this is NO3. This is solution. Right? So, 80 grams, always pag kinuha yung XL, 100 over 100 plus 80. So, kung 40 grams naman yung nakuha nyo, 40 over 100 plus 40. Mga ganun plus. So, complete na yung data natin. So, we can have your OMB. Equation 1 is your OMB. And equation 2 is the solute balance. So, we have two unknowns and two equations. So, we can now get your L and C respectively. But yung hinahanap lang naman dito is yung crystalline. So, kahit C lang yung hanapin nyo, okay lang. So, you can get naman yung dalawa, pero ang nakuha ko lang dito ata is C. But you can, pwede yun lang naman i-minus dito from 1,000. So, we have now your OMB. We have F is equal to L plus C. And then, 1,000 is equal to L plus C. And then solute balance, we have 1,000 times 0.49 is equal to your LXL, which is 80 over 180 plus C times 1. So C now is ilan class? Please tell me your answer in uh, here class. C and L. So, okay, answeran ko na lang ulit, baka hindi kayo maka. So C is, I think it's 82 plus. It's 82 pounds. So probably 1,000 minus 82 is 918 pounds. class, right? So we get uh, letter C, which is 82 pounds. So absorb 2 minutes. I'll give you time to absorb the information. So where did you get XL, XC, everything? So 2 minutes. Absorb lang. Cooling, meaning no water evaporated. Okay. So I think enough na yun, no? Next, calculate the percentage yield of the process. The percent yield plus is equal to your, sabi ko kanina, CXC over FXF. So, kung ilan yung crystallized na yung talagang pure sodium nitrate, right? So, ilan yung crystal na pure sodium nitrate over your solution na pumasok na pure sodium nitrate also. So, in here class, your percent yield is you have 82 times 1, right? You have XC, 1. And then F is 1,000, right? 1,000 times your 0.49. So, take note naman times 100%. Times 100, 100%. Take note na it's percentage yield. So, always dapat times tayo ng 100%. So, I think I got 16, 16.7%. So, it's letter B. So, today class, we're just going to finish your mostly hit OMB muna tayo, parang check out. Uh, on next meeting, we'll be having your mid-hit balance class, your energy balance. Sayang nga kasi wala palang kuryente sa Sabado, so we cannot meet on Saturday. Depende pa kung baka bluff lang pala yung baka meron pa rin kuryente. So it depends pa. Pero kung wala talagang kuryente, hindi na lang, mag-make up class na lang tayo later on. So, yeah. Kaya nagpapa-make up class, I mean, kaya nag-meet tayo ngayon kasi hindi tayo mag-meet sa Saturday. Baka lang. So, kung tuloy yung brownout, yeah, hindi tayo mag-meet. So, how about this one? Another example. So, a solution of sodium sulfate in water is saturated at 50 degrees Celsius. When a saturated solution of sodium sulfate is cooled, crystals of sodium sulfate by 10, 10 what? Decahydrate. That's decahydrate. Sodium sulfate decahydrate separate from the solution. If 1,000 kilogram of this solution is cooled to 10 degrees Celsius, the percentage yield obtained is. So given the temperature here, which is uh, 50 degrees Celsius and 10 degrees Celsius, and then your solubility here, which is sodium sulfate, gram per 100 grams water. So dapat itong sodium, dapat medyo siyang pinagitna pala dito. No? Gitna ko na. Wait. So, yeah. So, yung solubility natin is naka-gram siya per 100 gram water. So, paano natin ito isosolve, class? So, you take note here, class, na meron na tayong decahydrate dito. So, you will note na dapat yung Xc natin is hindi na siya equal sa 1. Kasi we were able to produce a crystal which is sodium sulfate decahydrate. Okay? And then you take note here, class, na sodium sulfate in water is saturated. So meaning pag saturated siya, class, um, yung XF natin is kukunin natin sa solubility also. So just like your XL kanina, ganun din ang makukuha natin kay yung XF natin. So from the word saturated, class. Okay? So solubility rich. So given naman si solubilities na niya, so wala masyadong problem. Okay? So we have 46.6. So meron naman dito. So you have here your crystallizer, and then okay. So again, wala siyang sinabing nag-evaporate, and from the word cooled, so meaning no water evaporated. And another one is wala siyang sinabing nag-evaporate or what. So in here, class, you have feed down na 1,000 kilogram solution. And then your XF, and then your L here, your C here, XL here, and then your XC. So, unahin na muna natin kunin si XC class. Kasi since ito ang pinakamadali, para hindi na tayo malito na XC equals is not equal to 1. So, you take note, class, na XC is molecular weight of your anhydrous over molecular weight hydrous. So, common keyword natin dito is your decahydrate plus. Itong 10H2O. So, meaning, pag na-encounter nyo rin mga ganitong 10H2O, 7H2O, Xc is not equal to 1. So, molecular weight of your anhydrous and Na2SO4 is 142 grams. And then, molecular weight of your hydrous, so 142 plus 18 times 10. Diba, water is 18 grams. Okay? So, yun lang. So, we'll be having 142 over 142 plus 180 is around 322. Okay. So, another one is your XF class. You take note here, class, na hindi given yung XF. But, we have a uh, clue word here na saturated. So, meaning, kukunin lang din natin siya sa solubility. So, yung at and you take note, class, na it's 50 degrees Celsius. TF natin is 50 degrees Celsius, while our T here in our crystallizer na cool is 10 degrees Celsius. So, dun sila magkakaiba. So, the lower the temperature, the lower the solubility. So, XF here at 50 degrees Celsius is 46.7. So, 46.7 over, take note again na it should be mass solute over mass solution. So, since gram per 100 gram water lang yung sinabi sa solubility natin, so we have to add your 109 to make it solution, right? So 9 daw, 46.7. So 100 plus 46.7. So in here, class, in your XL naman, same lang din sa ginawa natin sa XF, but take note, class, na you have to to get your solubility in at 10 degrees Celsius. So at 10 degrees Celsius, the solubility of your sodium sulfate is 9 grams per 100 gram water. So 9 here over, since XL should be mass solute over mass solution, so we have to add it by 100 plus. Okay? So meron ka ng F, XF, XL, XC. So ang hinahanap natin is percentage yield. So percentage yield natin is CXC over FXF. So in here class, you have OMB and solute balance, two equations to unknowns. So we can get your L and C using your OMB and solute balance. Okay? So if we're going to get your OMB class, F is equal to your L plus C. So 1,000, another 1,000, L plus C. So if we're going to use your solute balance to get 1,000 times 46.7 over 146.7 is equal to your L, 9 over 109 L plus another one is 142 over 322 C. So what is your L and C? So ang na-compute ko is 657.78 kilograms crystals. Kilograms sodium sulfate decahydrate. So it is 657.78 kilograms. So automatically, your L, 1,000 minus 657.78. So this is 0.22. 658, 42. And then, yeah, 342. So, 342.22 kilograms naman kay mother liquor natin. So, we're going to use your CXC over FXM. So, take note class, now we have 6 times 100%. So, you take note class na C natin is 657.78 times 142 over 322. So, huwag kalimutan pa rin si XC class. Baka mamaya, nakuha nyo na si C, nakalimutan nyo hindi pala equal to 1 yung XC natin. So, be careful class. Okay, so over F, which is 1,000, over 46.7 over 146.7 times 100%. So, this is around 81.12%. Okay? 81, 91 ba or 81? So, please recalculate. Baka 91. But I think 81 lang siya. 81 lang ba siya? Cliff? 81 lang ba? 81 lang ba Cliff or 91? Please, check. Tingin ko yung message mo dito. 91 talaga? Sa dalaging calculator. 91? Ano yung yes man? 91 or 81? Just type mo na lang yung answer para sure ka. About the others, please type your answers. Um, 81 ba or 91? Please type mo na lang kung sobrang ulit class. Anyways, baka medyo choppy na, no? But yeah. So, kayo na lang bahala mag-finalize dito, no? So, as long as you know the process, you know to get your XF, XL, XC, kung cold ba siya, may nag-evaporate na water or everything, then definitely walang magiging problem sa solution. So I think this is one, crystallizer is one of the easiest for me unit operation. Kasi yan nga, ganyan lang siya. Pero yung energy balance medyo okay, tricky yung ata. So yeah, this one we're going to tackle this next meeting. Hopefully kung may kuryente sa Sabado, gawin natin ng Sabado. But if not, kung wala, then Monday. Monday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday tayo. Okay? Para ma-cope up natin lahat. So I'm sorry if last nung Monday kasi nung kahapon kasi wala ako kasi medyo masama yung pakiramdam ng chat ko. Actually hanggang ngayon, yan no, kung what happened, anong kinain ko. So, yeah. I think this is enough OMB solute balance for you. So, pina-remind ko lang sa inyo on how to get your XC and XL. So, your solubility table is in table 2-122 or it's page 2-126, I think. So, you take note class na it's gram uh, solute over 100 grams water yun. Okay? So, hindi siya 100 grams solution. It's 100 grams water. So, this one, mga 80 here. So, kung sodium to class, dito potassium, lahat na yan potassium hanggang dito sa thiocyanate. Thiocyanate. Silver yan tatlo. Pati yung sodium. Ganun. So, baka mamaya lang, dito na kayo nag-base. So, wala kayong makikitang sodium nitrate pag dito lang kayo nag-base. So, dito na siya sa under sodium. For example, sodium nitrate, punta ka sa under ng sodium. Doon makikita si nitrate. Yan na. Okay? So, hanggang 100 degrees Celsius naman siya. Kung acetate, kaya importante yung acetate. Acetate, alam mo yung acetate plus? Alam mo yung plastic cover na may line-line siya? Parang ganon. Yung parang plastic cover na medyo matigas lang siya. Yes, allowed naman yun sa board exam. So if I were you, I think gumawa na kami niyan nung fourth year namin. So dapat third year nyo rin, ginawa nyo na rin yung acetate class. Okay? Para doon na kayo mag para you don't need to gumamit ng ruler. Para masanay na kayong gumamit ng acetate na class. Yung acetate ko from fourth year yun. Yun pa rin yung ginamit ko hanggang sa board exam. So, para hindi na kayo mag-ruler-ruler. And then, para ma-practice yun na sa handbook. No? Kasi yung acetate na ha?
Sige po, sir.
Kasi yung acetate na class is dapat ginagamit nyo yan sa momentum eh. Mostly momentum rin. And then yun nga, yung ano yan? Yung ginamit natin sa boiling point rice. Yeah. Yun yung sinasabi ko nun, yung boiling point rice acetate. No? So, para ma-practice nyo na siya. Kailangan naman, pwede naman siyang dalhin sa board exam natin. Yung acetate. As long as clear naman yun eh. So, yung makikita lang nila yun is yung mga label. So, I encourage you to do that. The take out this the acetate. Okay? So, pati na rin yung mga classmates nyo, yung mga hindi nyo klase ngayon, sabihin nyo na rin sa kanila na gumawa na ng acetate para hindi na maging burden sa inyo pa mag-review. Baka sa review class lang kayo gagawa, so hindi nyo na siya masyadong gamay. Okay? So, yeah, yun lang class. So, we're going to continue it on next meeting. So, probably Monday siguro kasi walang kuryente sa sama. Okay? So, hindi rin kasi ako makakapunta sa CS. Kasi sabi lang naman nila, si Asio, is tuwing quiz lang naman. Pero I don't think yung quiz niya sa Crystallizer, baka online na lang din yan. Okay? Baka major exam na lang ako magpa face-to-face. So, let's see later on. Okay, so yeah. Ang wala lang ay si Erica.